I'm going to show you the results of the AI Bug Bounty Hackathon. So essentially, these are some of the critical findings that we found, which is like the most disparity being around 13.31% between white men and black women here. And then this is the maximum bias gap, around 10,000 samples, 43.15% approval rates, and 74.2% accuracy. And then like the bottom line being like clear violations of fair lending practices, which poses to like legal and reputation risks. So the methodology essentially we use random forest classifier, chosen for interpretability, and then features use the income, credit for loan amount, age, etc. So these are some of the examples. These are some of the bias findings that we found. It includes like the gender discrimination around 12.58% between male and non-binary applicants, and racial discrimination, which around 10.61% between multiracial and black applicants. Disability discrimination around 9.31% points, and then citizen discrimination status as well. And then these are some intersectional most critical findings as well in this chart. And then the model performance and feature analysis, these are some of the important features that were found. And from key insights from SNAP analysis, where credit score each point 100-point increase at approximately increases around 15% approval probability, and then higher income strongly correlates to approval loan amounts, higher loans decreases probability, and then age, older applicants have a slightly more disadvantage, slightly more advantage. And then essentially some of the free processing included like excluding gender, race, disability from the features, data balancing, process mitigation, including fairness, and rebasing, multi-objective optimization, and then also post mitigation, including threshold optimization, equalized odds, and calibration as well across demographic groups. And these are some of the hypothetical testing, racial bias, and intersectional bias as well. And the business impact, obviously, there's like legal risk, financial risk, and also operational recommendations added here as well. And then, so some of the conclusions from the hackathon includes like bias is pervasive, essentially. So predictive attributes shows disparities, and then intersectional effects include like compound discrimination effects among vulnerable groups. And then success metrics include like reduced bias to 3% within 6 months, essentially, and then monitor continuous tracking of metrics in production, and improves enhancement of fairness techniques. Let me show you the chart that we have created here. So here is for the bias, gender bias, this is the report that we found. And then for racial bias, this is the visualization we found, and these are the important features that we found. And then across, we saw that there is 13.31 intersection gap between white men and black women, and then these are some predicted attributes and bias mitigation results as well, essentially. So another thing that I also built was I ended up building like a platform where it can detect bias for any data set, essentially. So let me show you that as well. So essentially, it is an AI bias bug bounty platform, and it includes data management, model training, comprehensive bias detection, legal compliance, and bias mitigation, model explainability and reporting, and export. Essentially, the way it works is you upload the data, train a model, analyze bias, and export reports. So let me show you the platform, essentially. So you can upload like the training set, you upload the test set, and then essentially it takes you to the training overview where you can essentially let the platform sort of run training across all the different models. So choose which model has the most amount of F1 score and automatically picks it for you. And then since this is the highest model with the highest F1 score, you can also run various bias mitigation metrics as well, including data reweighting, oversampling, undersampling, adversary rebasing, fairness constraints, and say that fairness constraints essentially improves accuracy most. Then the next is the bias analysis overview, which gives you like bias by gender, by age, by race, by income, and then you can see fairness scores across all of the different metrics as well. Then you're able to see performance on like how they did across gender, age, race, and then income. And then the next is you also see like a heat map of like what is like the end score for all of those different metrics. And then we also see like legal risks and including privacy and various other bias risks, which also showcases in this particular platform. And there's also the mitigation scores that are also shown here, including overall model performance, bias score, accuracy, F1 score, gender bias gap, race bias gap, age bias gap, income bias gap, and then across all the different mitigation techniques as well, what impact it had as well on the performance and bias as well. And the last one is explainability as well. So across all of these different Snap and Lime and parallel features, it also essentially shows you more information around it. And then if I go into this, I can generate the submission file, or I can generate like an audit report and download that. So yeah, this is the output.